Welcome to the Art of Classiness podcast, a show where we redefine what it means to be a classy lady. And sometimes it's messy. I'm Robin.
And I'm Deborah, two friends turned classy ladies who are here to discuss life's ups and downs, navigating the complexities of adulthood, and how the gift of friendship is essential to belonging.
Today, we're doing a special Thanksgiving episode, but not the kind with recipes or gratitude prompts. We're putting holiday behavior on trial.
That's right. It's Class or Crass Thanksgiving edition. We're breaking down the funniest, pettiest, and most controversial friendship scenarios that hit extra hard this time of year.
From leftover theft to unexpected guests to the friend who insists on filming your mashed potatoes for TikTok, we're deciding what's classy and what needs to be left behind with last year's cranberry sauce.
So follow along, give us your feedback, and don't forget to like and subscribe. What's up, classy ladies and gentlemen? Robin, happy Thanksgiving week.
Yay, turkey.
Yay, it's time. How are you?
I'm good. This week, I hosted the monthly wine night.
Oh, cute.
So all the ladies who are in the wine club here in Bend came to my house, and I made it Spanish/Mediterranean themed. So we did Spanish wine and monastrell.
Oh.
And I made homemade tabbouleh, patatas bravas, and a Basque cheesecake.
My goodness, that sounds so good.
It was so good. It was such a fun night, and really like building some relationships now, and it feels nice. Bend is really starting to feel like home.
That's so great. Oh, and that food just literally my mouth is watering just thinking about that.
It was a big hit. The tabbouleh is just, it's so fucking good.
I love tabbouleh so much. So much.
But it's a labor of love.
It really is. It definitely is. And that parsley really just gets everywhere.
Yep. And that's what takes the longest. You're just picking one leaf at a time because you can't have the stems in there and ruin it.
Yeah.
But boy, is it good.
It's so good. I know. I grew up in Downriver, Detroit, near Dearborn, and that's like the highest Middle Eastern population like in the country. So I was just afforded the luxury of the best Middle Eastern food growing up. Like I have such a high bar for it. And like, I haven't quite found the spot here in Columbus, but there are some good contenders when I want, some decent tabbouleh. But man, back home, I'm literally salivating right now. I want it so badly. And I'm very jealous.
Well, come visit and I'll make you some.
Oh, I know. I would love to.
So how are you? How are you?
Thank you for asking like that. I'm doing good. I'm getting ready for my family to come visit me for Thanksgiving. It'll be my parents and my teeny tiny grandma. So I need to rage clean my house this weekend. Like hardcore. And I've been trying to keep up with it during the week. My boys have been relatively good at keeping up with chores, but work has just been really consuming. And obviously this podcast we work on a lot that I've kind of gotten into the routine of just sort of waiting until the weekend to do basic chores. And now it's like, I got to do the full deep clean because when you have a Mexican mother, it's one thing, but when your Mexican mother and your Mexican grandmother visit you, you got to bust out that fabuloso. Okay. You got to scrub behind the toilet. You got to do the Mexican cleaning job. And I don't say that offensively. I say that as like my mother's standard of cleanliness is so high. And even though I'm sure that if I was like, I got to clean so much, she would be like, don't worry. Yet she will take every opportunity to be like, can I just show you really quick? Can I just show you if you use the Clorox bleach back here? Like she will always show me how to do it better. So I'm just preparing myself psychologically for that while simultaneously just getting my house ready. Like my grandma, I got to make up a room for her, all that kind of stuff. And that's not even getting to the going grocery shopping for the Thanksgiving meal that I will be cooking.
Goodness. Are you making a whole turkey?
My dad really wants to bring a bird. I'm like, Dad, can I just do a turkey loin? Like, I'm not making a full Thanksgiving turkey for 3.5 people.
Just do a chicken. Do a whole chicken.
I know. Like,
it's all poultry.
I would be fine with just ordering one of those like ready to consume meals from even Bob Evans at this point. But, I do kind of want to make it nice, and I like cooking. So tomorrow is my day to plan the menu, get my house in order, and just pray to God that the few days that I have my kids before they arrive, that they don't totally undo all of the work that I will put into this house this weekend. So pray for me. But yes, I'm very excited, and I honestly cannot believe that it is the week of Thanksgiving. That is so insane.
It's wild. It came quick.
It did. It really did. So yeah, I cannot believe that we are even talking about Thanksgiving. And if you're listening to this, maybe you are rage cleaning or getting your house in order or grocery shopping and preparing for people to come over. And with company and family, you are probably going to find yourself in a situation that might have you asking, is it classy or is it crass? So today, we are doing a very special Thanksgiving episode where we are doing nothing but class or crass for scenarios that hopefully might help you prepare if you encounter one of these situations during your Thanksgiving.
Ideally, you don't experience any of them. But just in case, we're going to cover some different scenarios and discuss how we might handle that.
Yeah. And so maybe you can have our advice in your back pocket, or maybe these will give you flashbacks to a previous train wreck Thanksgiving where you had something like this happen.
Exactly. So we've broken things down to categories. And our first category is Friendsgiving etiquette dilemmas.
That's right. Are these things rude or are they just misunderstanding? So let's break down some of these surface level situations about hosting, expectations, courtesy, and just some basic social norms. But you know what I have learned is social norms vary. They really do.
They do. I was about to say, I'm often shocked at other people's social norms compared to my own.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The audacity
is
what I think often. All right. So I'll start. Our first class or crass scenario is the mystery Tupperware drop. Friend shows up ready to take leftovers, but contributed nothing. Is this classy preparedness or crass freeloading?
On one hand, I got to laugh at the frugality of the situation.
Yeah.
Of coming in hot with the Tupperware. Like, it looks like you brought a dish, but it's just an empty dish for you to take other people's food.
And they're like, hey, I'm not taking your Tupperware. Isn't that nice?
I mean, I like the preparedness and not spending the money. It's definitely something that would really get under my skin, especially if I had prepared so much food or like gone out of the way to like buy something even.
Yeah.
And wanted to bring it home myself, and then somebody else takes the last piece of pie in their Tupperware that they've brought nothing in. I don't know about that.
This reminds me of that Am I the Asshole story we did recently. The sister-in-law who took 7 pieces of a garlic bread before anyone even got one.
Yeah.
Unless you've already had a conversation with the host, like maybe you're in a financial bind and they told you not to bring anything, to assume that you're going to be able to take leftovers is a stretch.
It's crass when you have not contributed anything, right? I think bringing Tupperware, in fact, last year, our inaugural Thanksgiving episode, when we talked about planning the perfect Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, we advised people, hey, bring some Tupperware, because sometimes there's so much leftover food, the host doesn't want to eat turkey for 5 days. So it's one thing to prepare when you've brought a dish, but if you've brought nothing, I don't think you can take anything with you. To me, this is crass.
Yeah, I agree. It's crass.
It is crass. All right. The silent menu edit. A friend brings a healthier version of everything unannounced. Is it classy helpfulness or crass food shaming?
This one's interesting to me because I definitely wouldn't call it food shaming, because I get creative in the kitchen at finding ways to make an unhealthy dish healthier that still tastes good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring some flavorless kale salad.
Right.
Okay. But I will make a homemade pumpkin pie with my own ingredients.
And
Maybe I'll use maple syrup as the sweetener instead of a bunch of processed sugar,
Yeah.
There's a way to go about it. And to be honest, you don't even have to say anything. If it's good, nobody's going to know. So who cares?
Right. As long as you're not bringing in a giant tofurkey, and being like, guys, I brought the real turkey.
Right.
And upstaging.
Yeah. The vegan who shows up.
Yeah. No one likes to see a vegan coming on Thanksgiving. I'm just going to say it, So sometimes those people have to come prepared with their own alternatives. And I totally get that.
Yeah.
So I feel like as long as you're not upstaging the host and maybe not bringing an overwhelming amount of it, because let's be honest, there's going to be a few people picking away at that, but most people are going for the cheesy carbs. It's just who we are as Americans.
Yes, totally.
So.
And there is the other kind of friend who brings the healthy dish and then makes it a big deal that it's a healthy dish and just ruins the whole vibe of Thanksgiving, especially for the people who want to eat the stuffing, the mac and cheese, the sweet potatoes. That's okay too.
Yeah, as long as you're not over there being like, this one only has 10 grams of fat and 45 grams of protein. Like, no one cares about your macros, man. This is not the day. Read the room.
Yeah.
So I think there is a way you can handle this in a classy, helpful way.
Absolutely. Okay, next up, the early exit. Friend leaves 45 minutes in because she has another stop. Is it classy honoring commitments or crass treating your event like a drive-through?
See, this one's tough because a lot of people have extended family or maybe, your parents aren't together and you've got step parents and cousins that you want to see. I know a lot of people that Thanksgiving or even Christmas is really just a drive-by event where you're making multiple stops. So sometimes you can't help it.
I would be appreciative that they even made a point to stop by because they didn't have to.
Yeah.
That's really kind to have multiple things going on and still make time to come by your place. I think that's kind.
I think it's kind too. I will say, I do think you should give someone a heads up before you pull this off, right? If you get invited to Thanksgiving, you should say, hey, I'm going to be there for a little bit. I'll bring some appetizers, but I do have to go to my mom's across town or, my girlfriend's parents have invited us over, but we'll be there for a little bit because it feels awkward when you don't know they're leaving. And then all of a sudden they're like, I got another place to go. That makes me feel like, oh, this is lame and boring and you don't want to be here.
Totally. That also lets the hosts know that they don't have to count that person for portions.
Right. Exactly.
So I think it's classy if you give the host a heads up. It's crass if you just show up and dip out because you could end up hurting the host's feelings for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, next up, the host who charges. Your friend asks every guest to Venmo $15 for the meal. Classy transparency or crass monetizing friendship.
This is extreme.
Yeah.
Especially for a holiday, like you're choosing to host. Maybe don't make yourself responsible for every dish. Keep it potluck style, and then people are contributing roughly $15 for the meal. It's my opinion.
100%. There are other ways to go about splitting the financial burden of such a large meal, and this is not how you go about it at all.
No.
And maybe the turkey is too expensive for you to take on if you're feeding that many guests. Have that conversation up front, right? Like, hey guys, there's going to be a lot of us. It's going to be a really big bird. If you don't want to make a dish, is anyone comfortable with contributing to the turkey? Give you credit for doing something without having to cook. You could go about it in that way, but I would avoid that route at all costs. It just feels really gross. And that's the total opposite vibe of Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Whether you're transparent or not, it's crass. This is an opportunity for loved ones to gather. And when you put monetization on that, it feels icky to me.
Yeah, just ask people to BYOB or bring a side. And if you can't afford to host, then don't host.
Exactly.
Done deal. Okay, the no-show RSVPer. RSVP's yes, asks what to bring, then disappears. Is it classy misunderstanding or crass flakiness?
This is hella crass.
Mm-hmm.
You asked what to bring, so that means the host assigns something to you, and then they're counting on you to bring that dish, and you don't even show up. That's so shitty.
It is so shitty. And yet I feel like most group of friends have that one person that they just can't really rely on actually showing up to an event like this.
Yeah, that's the person you assign. Bring a bag of chips.
Right. Right. Bring beer. We'll have plenty of that, even if you're not here or not. And yeah, I feel like in different iterations in our 20s, there were definitely people that you're like, they asked what to bring, so who knows if they'll be here or not. And then you get some story that, oh, my friend invited me last minute and we ended up going. So, and they always have a million other things going on. But at the end of the day, I don't like flaky people. I don't like people who just think everybody else and something cooler is going to come up. So they would rather do that. And like they always have FOMO. They'd rather be doing something better and just makes you feel like so unimportant to them. I don't like it.
Yeah, especially if you're close friends. It's not cool.
No, not cool. It's crass.
It's crass. All right, next we have the seating chart surprise. Your friend rearranges your seating chart because she thinks she knows better. Is this classy helpfulness or crass overstepping?
I mean, first of all, seating chart is kind of wild anyway.
Well, maybe family is involved and you're trying to keep certain people away from each other because they'll start arguing about politics.
Yeah.
There might be a really good reason behind it. And I think it's definitely crass for the friend to just start moving stuff around without talking to you first.
I feel like this has happened in nearly every single, I don't want to say season, but location of Real Housewives franchise.
Really?
100%. I've seen this play out a million times. And it's funny that they even have seating charts for some of these events because it's always like 6 people at a round table. Like, what do you need to see? Everyone's looking at each other. It's not that big of a place. But I do think if the host has gone out of their way to prepare a seating chart, that means that they have probably put a lot of thought into who should sit where, and might have a reason for maybe wanting to sit at the head of the table, or like you said, like having a couple be on one side and maybe in-laws being on the other. So thinking you know better is just very ego-driven and crass, in my opinion.
Crass, for sure.
This next one feels like a personal attack.
Same.
Your friend won't relax, keep serving, fussing, refilling. Classy hospitality or crass control freak energy?
I'm going to say it's a little bit of both because, I talked about hosting wine night. When I'm in host mode, I forget to sit down.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm being weird about it. It's just like, I want to make sure everybody has what they need. And, I'm just constantly moving around. I don't think there's anything wrong with that unless everyone but you is seated.
Well, that's where it plays out, not just with me, but, the apple does not fall far from the tree. And this is my mom 1,000%. At any dinner that we have, she's always the last person to sit down, and then we're about to eat, and then she gets up to get something else, or, she makes sure someone has something. And it makes the rest of the table just uncomfortable to eat because we know that she's done all the work, even though she has refused help all day.
Right.
And, then she sits down and like, she's not even enjoying the meal. And I get it because there is an air of like, it takes away kind of the enjoyment if you overdo it a little bit. Like people start to they want to take care of you and you should like let people take care of you. I don't know. But I can't help it. I'm the same way. I am my mother's child. Whenever I host, whenever I have people over, I never get to eat the food. I never get to sit down. My feet are always like swollen at the end of the night.
Oh man, my back was hurting so bad by the end of wine night.
Mm-hmm.
I was in so much pain.
Oh.
Because I didn't even have shoes on. I was just walking around in my socks.
Yeah. That's how I do it too. And when I finally get to like relax, it's like your whole body is exhausted. So
yeah.
But at the same time, you got to put a good party together. Sometimes you just got to take one for the team. And you got to be someone's got to be the engine. Okay. I think it's classy hospitality.
I agree. Let the host do what the host wants to do. Hopefully they can take a break and sit down with everyone for a meal. But,
Mm-hmm.
if right after the meal they want to get up and start the dishes, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a good host does. They take care of people. Like, that's the whole point of hosting, in my mind.
Right. We know what we signed up for.
Yeah,
Let us do what we want to do.
exactly.
That deserves a declared.
Declared classy AF,
Mm-hmm.
which we're going to make some merch for. And Deborah already has a shirt for.
I sure do.
Classy AF.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the last one in this category is the late night camper. You're cleaning in pajamas. She's still hanging out. Is it classy comfort or crass lack of awareness?
And it's never your closest friend.
I was going to say, if it's your closest friend and they're basically family, that's different than someone who you just feel like you can't relax until they're out of your house.
Right. Because my closest friends, and I have done this before, I've just been like, I'm going to sleep. See ya. Or like kind of just shut down. Been like, we're wrapping it up. We got to go. Or you can sleep on the couch. But like, I'm too tired to do this shit.
Right.
But it's never those people. It's always like the work friend, or just someone you haven't seen in a long time. And when people do not pick up on the social cues, pick up on the clues, people. Like, pick up the vibe that people are throwing down. And when it's time to go, you just got to get out of there,
Yeah, it's definitely crass lack of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a classy way to handle this. Like, it's rude. It's rude.
Get out. Get going.
Yeah. This is why I like to host brunches, because when the sun is still out,
Mm-hmm.
people usually have somewhere else to be.
Yeah. Like, I got to get home for dinner.
We have another party to go to, or we have concert tickets, all sorts of stuff.
All social things I don't do anymore. Okay, let's move on to our next category. Is it friendship or foul play? Get it, you guys? Foul like a bird? Okay, these things dig a little deeper. They're emotional signals, social expectations, and maybe even tiny betrayals. So let's dive right in. The emotional hijacker. You're having a meaningful gratitude moment, and a friend makes a joke to deflect. Classy mood lightening or crass invalidation of vulnerability.
This is crass. When you're opening up emotionally, especially when maybe it's not something that you do all the time.
Yeah.
And somebody cracks a joke, shuts you down, like they move the attention to themselves. And maybe people even forgot that you were saying something. That's so hurtful.
Right. I agree. Even though I understand maybe people are not comfortable with sustained moments of vulnerability, right? And people don't know how to really just allow themselves to be around someone being so vulnerable. But it is, I think, crass because you're really rolling the dice. Sometimes maybe someone could be relieved, like, okay, I know that was getting a little heavy, thanks. But you could also really hurt somebody's feelings by doing this. And I just think it's a Russian roulette move and one that you should not make at Thanksgiving.
100%.
Crass.
Wait for your turn,
Wait for your turn. Make the joke. Yeah, it's one thing no, that would be an asshole thing too. I was going to say, let the person finish their vulnerable moment. And then when it's time for your gratitude thing, you can make fun of them. But that's actually really mean.
Yeah, especially phrased like that.
I'm the problem.
Oh, so funny. All right. Declared. Okay, next we have the passive-aggressive chef. You like her stuffing? Well, she used my recipe. Is this classy banter or crass credit stealing?
It's just like one of those one-upper moves,
Yeah. Why? Why even?
Oh, that's actually my stuffing. Oh, actually, I came up with that. Okay, cool. Did you make it, though? Oh, you didn't? Guess what? There's so many variations to the way that people put meals together that, I don't care. And it was your recipe or you, found it on Pinterest. Let's be so for real.
Right? And you make a good point. They could have adjusted the recipe to their liking, which I do all the time. It's very difficult for me to share recipes with people because it's different every time. Like I'll use a recipe as a starting point. From there, no idea what I did. But also, if you want to make sure people know that this is your recipe, there's a different way to go about it. And it's just like, yeah, it was really good. I actually shared the recipe because it's one of my favorites. Make it more conversational and friendly.
Right. Or, oh, you like the stuffing? I can send you the recipe. Right?
Yeah.
Even nicer. Even nicer.
Yes.
But yeah, don't take credit for something you didn't cook is crass.
Yes.
Okay. The last minute +1 request. Your friend texts 2 hours before the dinner. Can my cousin come? She has nowhere to go. Classy generosity or crass burden shift?
2 hours before the event, like as the host, you're going to feel like a total asshole if you say no.
You are going to feel like an asshole to say no. And you know what? I would say if this was any other dinner, I would think it would be very crass. But it's Thanksgiving. And like kind of the spirit of Thanksgiving should be a little bit more open door, friendly, let people in. Now, the person that's in this situation where you're like trying to find somewhere for your cousin to go, like, yeah, that's uncomfy. But I think that so many people are used to Thanksgiving dinners just kind of being an open door event that I don't necessarily think this is crass.
And they still give you a heads up. So there's that.
Yeah, they didn't just show up with them.
Yeah, like you still do have the opportunity to say no. But you're right. It's the season of giving and inclusivity. There's usually space for one more.
Yeah.
There's always way too much food as it is. So
yes.
Let's let the cousin feel some love. She doesn't have anywhere else to go. She's alone on Thanksgiving. Like,
yeah,
bring her over.
Yeah. And I've been this person. So let me come.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. The holiday vanisher. They help set up, then leave for an hour to grab ice. Is it a classy errand or crass abandonment?
I mean,
let's be so for real. They're getting high.
They're getting so high. All right. They're going on the old cousin walk, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
We've all done it. We've all done the sibling walk before. My siblings and I have definitely, sorry, Mom, we've definitely left real quick. Oh, you need something? Let me leave real quick. Okay. They get high. But I think it's a rite of passage in some sense. I don't think it's a classy errand because, well, actually, I take that back. Sometimes
hopefully they actually come back with ice.
You better come back with the ice.
Then it's crass.
Yeah. If you leave for a few hours to grab ice and then you don't come back with it, or you come back with the smallest amount that literally your freezer could have made eventually, then it is not class. But you leave, doesn't matter what you do in that time frame, you better come back with the bags of ice.
Yeah. And it says they helped set up.
They helped set up.
So it's not like they were completely useless.
And now they're going to be so hungry and they're going to eat all the food.
Exactly. And that's helpful too.
It really is. It really is. I think this is the classiest thing you could do, actually.
It should be called the holiday temporary vanisher.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're coming back. The holiday boomerang.
Ooh.
The holiday boomerang. Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. There it is. It's class. Perfect. Okay, the allergies surprise reveals new restrictions as you're plating the meal. Classy health boundary or crass curveball.
This is on you, the person with allergens.
Mm-hmm.
You need to let people know in advance, like, hey, I have a severe dairy allergy. Can you just make sure 1 or 2 dishes is dairy-free? I'm happy to be one of those people to bring one.
Mm-hmm.
I always let people know that I have a gluten allergy.
Yeah.
And I'm not expecting them to make everything gluten-free. Hopefully they can keep one thing gluten-free. And I usually bring something of my own as well.
Right. I think if you're going to an event like that, as much as you can help it, give the host a heads up or just ask them what is going to be on the menu so that you can prepare. It is a little unnerving when someone's over your shoulder and they're like, is there butter in that? Did you put milk in that? Is there, and it sucks being that person. I get it. You don't, no one wants to be the one that's always policing what is in the food.
Oh my God. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate being that person, but I have to be.
You have to be, but you don't have to wait till the last minute either.
I was about to say, certainly not when somebody is plating my food. That's not the time.
No.
That's crass.
Yeah, it is crass.
Boom.
Boom.
That was an easy one.
It was super easy.
Okay, we've got the recipe saboteur. They ask you for your recipe, then post it online as theirs. Is it classy admiration or crass plagiarism?
I've been in this situation before.
It seems kind of like the opposite of the passive-aggressive chef.
Right. It's totally opposite. Instead of like telling everyone that it's their dish, it's not their dish, and then telling everyone else that it is. I mean, here's the thing. If you post it, you better turn off them comments, because I'm going to come running to them to say, actually, that's my recipe.
You're welcome.
It just is like a very immature thing to do, in my opinion.
Yeah. You better have adapted it in some way.
Right.
And then you can call it yours, because nobody owns a recipe.
No.
But, give credit where credit is due.
Right. Exactly. That would make me mad. If it was like a star dish that I made and then somebody else got more attention and praise for it than me.
It's like the dish that you're known for. Yeah.
I don't like that. That's crass.
Yes.
Okay. The honest critic. The friend that says, oh, you know what? I'm going to expand this. The family member that says, dinner was great. Turkey was a tiny bit dry, though. Classy honesty or crass, unnecessary insults?
It's insulting.
It is.
What good does that do anyone to tell them after the fact? When you have turkey once a year and it's a little dry, like, who gives a shit? Go for the dark meat.
The dark meat is always better, in my opinion. But also, I don't love turkey anyway, if I'm being real honest. To me, I'll always get some turkey, but it's not the part of Thanksgiving that I love the most. So even if I were to get turkey that was like a little bit dry, guess what? That's what the gravy is for. Okay.
I was just about to say, just make sure there's gravy.
Pile it on and just shut your trap and eat it anyway. Now, sometimes the host can open the door for criticism, right? Because again, my mom is very critical of her work, and she'll open the door and be like, it's too dry. It's too dry. The turkey, we overcooked it. And you can try to tell her that it's not, but she's almost offended if you tell her that it's not.
Yeah, don't lie to me.
Right, exactly. So you can be like, well, it's a little, but, and then you got to do a little compliment sandwich around it. So I think if anyone's going to criticize the food, it's got to be the person who made it. Everyone else can just shut up.
Yes, perfectly said.
Boom. Crass.
Yes, it's crass. It's unnecessary. All right. The last one we have here is the hostage helper. This friend insists on helping, but critiques everything you do. Is it classy teamwork or crass backseat chef?
I mean, I'm just triggered. I'm just triggered.
Yeah, this is not just a friend thing. This is most of the time a family thing.
It's always a family thing. It's always a family thing. I mean, my Thanksgivings are always very small. Right. I don't have an extended family. I'm the only one with kids. So our Thanksgiving dinners were always just like us being more stressed than we needed to be, stuck in a house together and just having blowout fights in a small, high pressure situation that is the kitchen. So this just sends me back to just so many kitchen scenes growing up where somebody is being like, no, you got to do it this way. Oh, you're going to put that in there. Oh, I normally use, white vinegar. Like just, it's a lot. So I think it's crass, but in some family dynamics, it's inevitable.
Yeah. From a family dynamic, it's a lot harder to say something. But from the point of view of friendships, I think it's crass.
Yeah.
This is not fun for the person cooking. It's stressful. I wouldn't call you a helper.
No.
You're the opposite. What's the opposite of a helper? The
hinderer.
You're hindering what I'm doing. And like, I'm trying to focus on getting this recipe right. And you're asking me all these questions and I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to do. Like, it's very frustrating. There's nothing classy about it.
Mm-hmm.
The only classy way to be a helper is to just ask, hey, is there anything you need? And if they say no, get the fuck out.
I'm going to tell that person, you know, it would be really helpful if you set the table. Can you go set the table?
There you go.
Or, hey, you do such a good job peeling those potatoes.
Yes, you've said that before. Yeah.
Just get them out of there. Get them busy with something else, you know?
Yes.
So it's crass.
Crass. So our third and final category, we're calling the big social curveballs. This is the high impact, emotionally complicated, and personality heavy type of scenario.
First one up, the pet parent surprise. Shows up with her anxious dog. Classy compassion for their pet or crass imposition.
This is crass as all get out.
Yeah.
You do not bring a pet into someone's home unless they have given you permission.
No, and your pet doesn't want to be there, man. Okay?
Especially if they're anxious, like being around a bunch of people it doesn't know. That doesn't sound better than leaving them at home in their safe space.
You know what drives me crazy is when I would go, and I'm sorry if I'm offending any of my friends saying this, and I was someone who did this as well. Dogs don't want to be chained underneath a picnic table at a brewery. They just don't. Okay? You don't need to bring your dog everywhere. They don't want to be under the table and then seeing another dog that they can't play with, that they can't get to at another table. Like, there are some situations where you think you're doing the right thing by getting them out of the house because you might be gone for a long time, but you're also putting them in really uncomfy situations that might make them more anxious, situations where they, might not have a comfy place to lay down and play. But when it's at a house during Thanksgiving where there's probably multiple other people, this is so rude to me. It's like beyond crass. It's like rude.
Yeah. And I mean, what if people are allergic to dogs that are there? Like, there's so many things, but it's especially rude for not asking the host.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're crossing a boundary.
100% crassy.
Yeah, there's nothing classy about this one.
Mm-mm. Okay, the Thanksgiving recruiter. She pitches her MLM at the table with samples. Classy ambition or crass pyramid scheme energy. And for those that don't know, an MLM is a multi-level marketing company. It's like Avon, but worse.
Yes. This is crass.
Yeah.
This is not the time for you to pitch your little business and force it on to people that would otherwise never go to this kind of event. The MLM event, not Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and you're kind of trapped there, like, I didn't ask for this presentation. I don't want to hear about how you're going to girl boss up, and I just want to eat this stuffing and get some pie.
I don't like being confronted with those sales marketing pitches. It's very uncomfy.
It's so uncomfy.
Because it's me. It's my problem. I find it difficult to say no.
I do too. One time, Lauren and I were at the Barton Springs Mall in Austin, and we were accosted by someone who just grabbed our hands and started putting lotion on it. And they're like, see how nice your hands are? And then, you have the nail file. I'm like, we've got this cuticle cream. And we walked out of there with like $50 worth of product. And at the car, we were like, what happened? We don't have that kind of money. We're servers at Fido. Like, why did we just spend $50? But they just cornered us and we had no way out. So to put this upon guests at a Thanksgiving dinner is just nothing but crass.
Yes, agreed. Okay, next we have the boundary tester. They ask, why aren't you eating that? In front of everyone. Is it classy concern or crass pressure/shaming?
Why can't you shut the hell up, is what I would say to this person. It's kind of none of your business.
Yeah, why do you care? Why don't you focus on your own plate?
I mean, people have very personal relationships with food, whether it is they are underweight. And we don't talk enough about how people who are underweight are very self-conscious about eating in front of other people as well, because they get crap like this, like just eat a cheeseburger, like you should get some more food. I can barely, your skin and bones, like that's its own level of anxiety that we didn't really talk about. And it just kind of, people don't eat things for a myriad of reasons, allergies, pregnancy, like maybe someone's like pregnant and they haven't told anybody yet, and they like have, they're not feeling good and they don't want to share it with the group. Like it's no one's business why you're eating or not eating something.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like, what would you be concerned about? I don't, I just, like, I'm reading this, I'm thinking about it, and all I can think is, who cares?
Right.
Who cares what they're eating or not eating?
This feels like an older generation thing.
Yeah.
I'm just like picturing an Italian grandma. Like, come on, eat. Well, you don't have enough on your plate. Like, why aren't you eating that? Like, just someone who's very pushy.
Yeah.
They don't know boundaries.
Can definitely see this being more of a family type scenario versus friends.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I'm thinking who cares is because I'm imagining a table of friends. This is definitely more of a family-based scenario for sure.
Yeah.
And it's still super crass, but don't our families love being crass?
They really do. It's the reason for the season. Crassgiving.
What do you serve for that? A pile of fuck you?
Yeah, with a side of get bent. Okay, our final one. The kitchen DJ. Keeps changing the music after you set the vibe. Classy contribution or crass DJ hijacking.
This one I don't like. Don't change the vibe once it's been established.
I don't like it either. If someone's taken the time to like put together a music playlist and maybe they know exactly how they want the night to go. Maybe they have the music being a little bit more low key for dining so you can actually hear each other. And then after you're cleaning, maybe music picks up a little bit. People get a little bit more energy to go in there and be like, hey guys, let's listen to the 10-minute version of All Too Well by Taylor Swift. Like, who are you to make that judgment call?
Yeah, this one's crass for sure. Unless it's a free-for-all and the host has let that be known. But usually that's not the case.
Right.
There's typically someone who's in charge. Someone who, this is their skill, is making the playlist. Seth loves making playlists for special events. Our friend Melissa, her husband Evan.
Yeah, nails it.
Fantastic at setting the mood. Like when we're doing a meal of any kind, she's like, Evan, get us a playlist going. And he knows he always puts on such good stuff. Like, yeah, we can't have that one person who's like, you know what this crowd needs? Some Pitbull.
Yeah, Pitbull. Sometimes you need some Pitbull, but you know what?
Nothing against Pitbull at all. It was just the first thing that popped into my head. And it's a completely different vibe than doing like some classical music.
Right.
So that people can talk over.
Yeah, don't hijack the playlist, man. Just don't do it at Thanksgiving or really any other event. Unless everybody agrees that it sucks. If you can tell that the vibe is not aligned with the music, then maybe you can be a hero. But you got to really check the room. You got to lock in.
Read the room. Yeah.
Read the room first, Okay, well, there you have it. Those are our class or crass scenarios for your Thanksgiving. Maybe some of those have happened to you. Hopefully none of them happen this week. But either way, maybe you'll be a little bit more prepared to tackle the situation with class.
With class. And if someone else is being crass, hopefully some of our arguments help you through that as well.
Yeah, serve it right back to them like sweet potato casserole. Like that?
I'm just trying to picture that.
No, I want one. I want a nice sweet potato casserole with some marshmallows on top. It's just I just want marshmallows.
Okay, so normally we do a class act of the week, but we thought since this is our Thanksgiving episode, we would make this about things that Deborah and I are grateful for. We recently celebrated 1 year of the podcast. So I want to start off by saying, I'm just so grateful for how things have panned out over this last year and how we brought this dream to life. I just have so much pride and gratitude for you, for the podcast, for ways that we've grown throughout it.
I know. I can't believe that we've been doing this for over a year, really, and that we stuck to it and that we really did it, because so many people, I think, start and then they enter some resistance, or maybe they're not getting the listeners that they want and life gets in the way. And I think both of us have had enough things happen over the past year that we could have been like, you know what, we're just going to call it quits. But we kept persevering and we've enjoyed so many fun moments. And it's so gratifying just on so many levels when something we say resonates with our friends, or even knowing that our friends that we don't get to see all the time know what's going on in our day-to-day lives because they listen to the show. Like, if nothing else, I just love that part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of the work that we've done. And I'm just grateful for this little community of classy ladies and gentlemen that we've created as a result.
Yeah. What else are you grateful for?
I mean, I'm endlessly grateful for the people who really stuck by my side this year. I've entered a phase in my life where I have fewer people around me, but the people around me mean everything to me. I did a lot of pruning this past year of just kind of social friendships where I just made the decision to stop investing in, and they were like, cool. And so that kind of shows you like, sometimes you got to just put your energy where it's going to be reinvested. So I'm just endlessly grateful for my deepest friendships with the classy ladies of classiness, the OG classy ladies of classiness. My best friend in the world, Leah, shout out to Leah, OG listener. My Canadian ex-boyfriend / Canadian best friend, who really is driving our Canadian numbers up, I got to tell you. Sharing this podcast with everyone, but we reconnected and honestly, literally has been one of the greatest. I'm just so grateful for that relationship in my life. And I know he's listening to this now, so that kind of cracks me up. But yeah, I'm just so grateful for so many people who lent me their support and their love in moments this year where I desperately needed it, and helped me get to where I am now, which is in a much better place than I was a year ago.
100%. I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
You were doing so well now.
I definitely have more joy in my life now, for sure. What about you?
I have to give a shout out to my husband, Seth. He has been my rock, my best friend, so supportive with the podcast, but also has taken care of me through my many illnesses. Like, there was a time where I was so sick I couldn't get out of bed. And, some days I still struggle if I'm having a bad mental day. It doesn't matter, like whatever I'm feeling, he takes me at my word and supports me however I need it. Like, he'll either ask me or he'll just say, then stay in bed. If I don't want to get out of bed, stay in bed. Sounds like you need a day off. Like, he never makes me feel bad for however I'm feeling that day. And it's just such a weight off, because I am the kind of person who will overthink those situations and say bad things to myself. Like, you're so useless. You can't do anything. All those things. And he never makes me feel that way. And so I'm just incredibly grateful to have a partner who allows me to just be. And I try to do that for him too. And so I'm super grateful for our relationship, for our marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's just the best.
Yes, he is. Podcast Poppy always coming through.
Podcast Poppy, which we call him that because he has done wonders to help us with the podcast as well. Like, we have new equipment because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Among other things. Like, he has just been so supportive of this podcast. It's great.
So after all that, is it classy or crass? Honestly, half of these could go either way. It depends on the friend, the intention, and the holiday chaos.
The real question is always the same. Does this behavior bring people closer together, or does it chip away at the friendship? That's where the classiness lives.
We want to hear your takes. Did you think they were classy, or were some of them way too crass? And what's the wildest Friendsgiving or Thanksgiving behavior you've seen?
Send us your stories at artofclassiness@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram and TikTok at Art of Classiness.
Thanks for listening. And remember, classy is a state of mind.
So mind your classiness. And happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving! Bye!
Bye.